So let's do this. Sugar and spice plus everything nice plus chemical X gives you what?
Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff Girls, that's right. So what I want to speak today, I want to talk to everyone here today. I want to talk to you about ingredients. Ingredients in your life. And as the saying goes, that we all know, when life gives you lemons, you make what?
Lemonade.
You make lemonade. Throwing some extra fruit in there, right? Yeah. So we're going to be talking about ingredients, and I want to speak to you about some of the ingredients in my life. And when I speak about my life, I ask for everyone's respect, because when someone speaks from their heart, we should listen up. Can I speak from my heart?
Yes.
I'm born and raised in the Bronx. Can I speak to you as a Bronxite? Okay. So here's the ingredients that started off in my life. I was premature. I weighed 2 pounds and 11 ounces. Doctors told my parents he's not going to make it. He's not going to survive. Matter of fact, even before I was born, life already had a death sentence against me because I was also born with a terminal illness. And you see, I went directly into ICU and incubated. And just a month after I was incubated, my mother passed away. So I never even got to feel the embrace of my mom. Because when they said, hey, would you like to hold your baby? Oh, no, wait, we had to take him into ICU. And she was so sick herself that a month after I was born, my mother passed away. But you know what? It's all right. My grandparents took care of me, and, I made it. They said I wouldn't make it a 2, but I made it a 3, yeah. They said I wouldn't make it a 4, but I made it a 6, yeah. And then at 6, ingredients about my life, my father went to prison. He told my grandma, when I get out, I'm going to be there for my son. So my dad did come out of prison, and he was there for me, and he did get me that bike, and he did get me some books, and he did invite me to his house. They murdered my dad when I was 6 years old. I'm talking about ingredients tonight. So when I talk about ingredients, I'm talking about when I was in 5th grade, yeah. Pokemon was at its prime, yeah. And then I get home one day, my grandfather was in the hospital, and I see my uncle out of nowhere. You know that uncle that you don't see often, but somehow he's in your house, and he pulls you to the back room, and he asks you, hey, do you want to see your grandfather? We used to call him Papa. You want to see Papa later in the hospital? And I said, no. Then he told me, well, you're not going to be able to ever because your grandfather passed away. So when I talk about ingredients, I'm talking about the fact that every college advisor here, every counselor here, some of you are aware that some of these might be the ingredients that will produce a life of savagery, a life of righteousness, maybe a life that's a disaster, maybe a life that is a failure. One day I was eating a sandwich watching Bronx News 12, and I'm eating an egg sandwich, with cheese. And I'm watching the news and it says, 23-year-old young man shot in the head. By the time I went to my phone that was charging, I looked at the text message. The text message read from my sister, your cousin got shot in the head. You see, we don't really care that much about life until that life that was lost on TV that we have no knowledge about, when we realize, oh, wait a minute, that's family. So I'm talking about ingredients, and maybe all of you have ingredients in your life, but you made it, you're here today, and I applaud you, I commend you, and you're going to go further in life. But as you go further, there will also be ingredients in your life that will come to stop you. So I want to share with you tonight the 5 keys to success. So number 1, potential. Everybody say potential.
Potential.
The very fact that you're here is a testament that you have potential. You see, when no one thought my man Curry, when nobody thought he was going to make it, he's dead. And the Cavs got whooped last night. Okay. Potential is inside of you. Potential is something that you already have. Potential is not something that you're going to go out and acquire. Potential, it's already inside of you. It is innate. Innate is a fancy word. Maybe fancy for some of you. Innate just means it's inside of you. It's inside of you. You have it. You need to remind yourself every morning when you wake up, when you're in college and you're taking those midterms and those finals, you better wake up and tell yourself, I got potential. I got this. because you do and you can. I had the pleasure of speaking with a student tonight, Demba Jallo from Astor Collegiate Academy. There, my man, right there. First generation student. When maybe no one else thought he had the potential to be that one to make it to college, and he's gonna graduate college. Guess what? He's not only graduating high school, but he's graduating with one of the highest SAT scores. Potential. Number 2. Everybody say with me, power.
Power.
Now, knowledge is what? Knowledge is?
Power.
Yeah, it sounds cliche, but I'm telling you that it is the truth. I'm telling you that you must acquire knowledge and apply that knowledge. The very fact that you have passed your regents to graduate demonstrate your sheath of knowledge. I just said a word, I don't know if you heard that, your sheath of knowledge. Let me explain to you what a sheath is. A sheath, S-H-E-A-T-H, is where you put your sword. So what imagery am I giving you? I'm giving you the imagery that your education, your knowledge is a weapon. And the great Nelson Mandela said this. He said, education is the most powerful weapon that can be used to change the world. You got to be that crazy to believe that you can change the world. And the way you're going to do that is through educating your mind. It's through acquiring knowledge, because knowledge is power. Francis Bacon said this: wonder is the seed of knowledge. Wonder. In other words, curiosity. Allow your curiosity to take you to Google and Google everything. Allow your curiosity to take you to the dictionary if you don't know certain words. Allow your curiosity to take you to a English translation dictionary or something like that if you don't know the words in English. Don't let nothing stop you. You have questions, you better Google that. You better ask somebody. Ask the right person too, don't, you know? Curiosity. Don't be curious, or don't have a question and leave it unanswered. That's just being ignorant. If you have a question, ask. Find the answer. When NASA wanted to discover what's on Mars, you know what they called the rover? Curiosity. Curiosity rover. Unleash your curiosity and ask questions and acquire knowledge. I also had the pleasure of speaking with a young man tonight, Emerson Cardona from High School for Community Leadership. My man right there in the back. Yeah. Came to America 4 years ago from Guatemala. And he tells me, and he's speaking to me so passionately, and he tells me, I want to make a name for my family. I want to leave a legacy. He wants to acquire knowledge. He wants to educate himself. He wants to go to college. He wants to make a difference. Because that young man understands that knowledge is power. Everyone say with me, number 3, perseverance. Perseverance. The very fact that you have made it through 44 credits over the course of 4 years paints the picture of your perseverance. And when I think about perseverance, I think about ingredients again. There will be things that will come up in your life when you're in college that will make you want to quit. There will be family struggles, perhaps. There might be certain parties that got a little too long and you didn't make it to that midterm, and then you're going to get discouraged. But you must understand that you cannot give up. You must persevere. I had the pleasure of speaking with another student, Tarika Thomas, from Eximius. And she tells me that she wants to go to SUNY Oswego. There you go. I didn't go there. All right. Many activities she was involved in throughout high school. So much to the point that sometimes she felt like she was drowning. So much that sometimes she felt like she couldn't handle it, or sometimes that she felt she had no time to study. But yet, she persevered. She didn't give up. And she's graduating high school. And she's making a better life. Everybody say with me, passion. Passion. This is number 4. The very fact that you are listening to me speak attentively in order to learn the keys to be successful makes passion come alive in your heart. I want you to think about what you're passionate about. I want you to think about what are your dreams. And I want you to dream so big that sometimes your dreams scare you. But you got to be able to dream and then wake up to follow those dreams. Don't stay sleeping and don't stay dreaming. Steve Jobs, he said this: the only way to do good work is to love what you do. Too many people walk around in jobs as zombies. Don't be that person. I had the pleasure of meeting another student tonight, Alpha Omar Diallo. Yeah. From Brooklyn School for Global Studies. He comes from Guinea in Africa. And he shared with me that he has a true passion to go into the medical field, to become a doctor, and to go back to his country, Guinea, and to build hospitals. That is an example of passion. We get to the last key for success, the last P. Everybody say with me, purpose.
Purpose.
The very fact that you were born screams out to the universe that you were born with purpose. The two best days of your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why. These are those hard questions that you have to ask yourself. Those hard questions at night when you're on your phone and it falls on your face and you put the phone away finally and you think about your day, you think about what you're doing, you think about your achievement, your accomplishments. Think about your purpose in life. Think about that you are destined for more. Think about the reason why you were born. Think about what is your why? What is your dream? What are you destined to do on this earth? Because I'm telling you, you are destined for greatness and you can't let nobody stop you. Another student tonight that I got the pleasure to meet, Roderick Martinez from Bronx International. He's only been here for 3 years from Dominican Republic. Despite his illness that he struggles with, that he fights through, that he wakes up every morning, goes to school, does his best, he has turned his illness into purpose, where he says that he wants to possibly work in the ER to help others that perhaps are struggling with illness, and to give them a word of encouragement and let them know, listen, your day ain't over. There's still a tomorrow for you. There's still hope for you. There's still purpose in your life. Roderick is an example of a man that has found his purpose, and he will strive and he will go forward. As for everyone in this place, you are filled with purpose, and you must know this, and you must pursue this. I began speaking about ingredients, and despite having faced tragedy early on in life, despite getting those phone calls home all the time from school, from the guidance counselor, from the teacher saying that I'm not doing good in school, that I only have a C average. Despite those phone calls, I graduated and I was in your seat and I graduated high school, graduated college, started my own business at 19. Started my, thank you. Started my second business at 25. So when life produces certain ingredients in your life, that doesn't mean that you have to succumb to those stumbling stones, but rather embrace them, learn from them, and don't let your stumbling stones stay as stumbling stones, but rather place them in your life as stepping stones to go further, to aim higher, to reach higher, to do better, and to be better. Because I believe that despite the ingredients in your life, despite the hardships, despite the negativity, you can still have a positive future. So despite the negative ingredients in my life, I have fulfillment. A lot of students ask me, how much you make? My answer is, I make fulfillment. What does that mean? I live a great life. I'm happy. I'm fulfilled in what I do. I wake up and I get excited. I do what I love and I love what I do and I get paid for it. That's great. Don't get stuck in a zombie job. So I want to recap and finish and open up for questions. Number one, what is number one? The key. Potential. Number two is power. Number three is perseverance. Number four is passion. And number five is purpose. So when you have the potential, understand that you have it. When you have power by acquiring knowledge, when you persevere and never give up, and when you follow your dreams with your passion, that is when you will begin to walk in the destiny of your purpose. And I'd like to close with this final declaration. And I would like for everyone to repeat after me. From this day, June 6, 2016, and forward. Oh, wait, I was supposed to. Oh, I'm sorry. I kept going. I apologize. All right, I'll do this slow. Ready? From this day, June 6, 2016, and forward, no matter what ingredients are thrown into my life, I will choose to be lemonade. I will choose to be lemonade. So all the students here, no matter what ingredients come into your life, choose to be lemonade. And you too can be a success. I heard somebody say, I choose to be a Powerpuff Girl. That's not where I'm going. Choose to be lemonade. Thank you very much.